everyone, I'm JD from Willow Journals. Welcome back to my channel. This is a Journal With Me episode working in my vintage journal. It's been a very long time since I've worked in this journal, but a while ago I did share quite a few Journal With Me videos working in this journal, and basically I made this one for myself out of chipboard, and my intention was to use it to stick in all of my favourite vintage treasures and other pieces of ephemera that I really love. So it was going to be a very visual journal, and today I want to do some page spreads dedicated to my beautiful black cat Keanu. So every journal there's a page dedicated to him. I do love my black cat, and this card I've had for about 2 years, I think, maybe even 3. So I've been saving this one for ages and ages. It's got this beautiful cottage and the flowers and the little girl holding a black cat. And then I've got this little folder here that I got from Officeworks with plastic sleeves. And I've got 2 of these actually. One is for cat themed ephemera and stickers, photos, all that kind of thing. And the other one I use just for personal ephemera that is not cat related. So anytime I go to do a page spread dedicated to Keanu, I can simply go to this folder and pull out anything I want to decorate the page. So it's very handy. And here I've got a whole bunch of photos that I've printed out. These were from last year. I also have a Polaroid on the page, and that Polaroid is quite significant because that became my background or wallpaper on my phone. So ever since I've had a phone where you could change the wallpaper, I've always had the same picture. It's this dingo picture that I had ever since I was a kid. My grandma framed it at one point, and then it's moved with me from house to house to house and across states. So anytime I change phones, I always put that screenshot or that photo I took of that dingo picture on my phone. So this is the first time they've changed it. I know for someone else that might not be a big deal, but to me, yeah, I know what I get at the restaurant, for example. I always get the same meal, and I haven't changed my Facebook photo or banner since forever. so for me to have to change it is a pretty big deal. But I love having that wallpaper now of Keanu. It's kind of a close-up shot of him in profile, and I just think it's so cute, and it's great because whenever I'm out and about away from home, I can always see him. And he does have his own Instagram page. If I remember, I will link that down below. Just comment if I have forgotten. Some of you actually follow his Instagram. It is Keanu and Co. Because there are 2 other cats in this household where I live, and so I post pictures of their antics, mostly of Keanu. And yeah, I call him famous black cat Keanu because a friend pointed out that he followed Keanu on Instagram. I'm like, wow, that is hilarious. And that people, like my friends, know what Keanu's up to. So I called him famous black cat Keanu. He's more famous than me, which is not hard. Anyway, so he is gorgeous. I just fussy cut him out here, and I'm going back and forth between 2 pages. One I had pre-prepared, and it's with a book page from a lovely book that I got from an op shop. It was all illustrated pages of different cats, and I used all of those pages except one in some cat journals for my shop, and I kept one for me so that I could include it in this journal. I just thought the illustrations were really lovely, and the one that I kept has some pretty blue flowers. And yeah, a while ago now, I had prepared a whole bunch of pages in this journal where I glued in different images, papers, anything that I considered a treasure, and then it's taken me about a year to go back and fill in the writing, and some of them I haven't yet done the writing, so I by no means finish pages in one sitting all the time. Sometimes I'll go back to it a week later, a month later, or even a year later, and that's totally okay. I just like how the pages are a placeholder for all of those images that mean something to me. And in this journal, I did use each sort of page spread or layout to tell some sort of significant story in my life. So not only is this journal visually full of meaningful treasures to me that I love, but each page tells a story and captures some sort of life lesson or life story, basically. So I've just paper clipped that card in on the page because with those more special pieces, I tend to not glue them onto the page. I'll either tuck it into a pocket or paper clip it in so that I can use it later on in a different way if I want. I might find that I'm working on a different page spread in a different journal or working on a different project, a piece of art or something, and one of those pieces that I've paper clipped in will be just the perfect piece, and then I'll be able to just take it out and I'll be able to use it. And I'm just going in now to add my journaling, and just wrote about how Keanu is such a gift in my life. Sometimes when life doesn't go well, or you're just feeling down and feeling a bit of self-pity, or I don't know, just not feeling great, then I remember, things are pretty good because I've got a cat, and life is good because Keanu's in it. And it just puts things in perspective. Keanu's taught me so much for the 3 years so far that I've had him. He teaches me lots of life lessons. He teaches me about God and God's love and the way kind of our relationship with God. He gives me glimpses of what that is like. For example, I just love looking after him. I love when he meows at me to be fed, or to have his tray cleaned, or to come in my room or out of my room. If he's accidentally trapped in a cupboard, I love it that he knows to meow loudly so I can come and get him. Because the other cats, when they're trapped in a cupboard, don't tend to make a noise. And one time they were trapped in the pantry for a whole night. But Keanu, he meows very loudly, and when he does that, I say, "Good boy, Keanu, you meow loudly. So if you're ever stuck or if you're ever trapped, I can hear you, and I will come running, and I'll free you. I will rescue you." So he knows with his meows. He's a very vocal cat, very, very vocal. He's got many, many noises that he makes. And when you grow up with them, you raise them, you get to know them really well. So I can kind of tell what kind of meows he's making for what purpose, whether he's frustrated or if he wants something, or if it's a friendly hello. So it's just really, really sweet learning about life and unconditional love, and how God sees us, in how God cares for us, and it's not a burden, it's not a nuisance to look after us, it's a joy for him. And here I'm just writing also about how sometimes if I feel anxious, when I see my cat sleeping, it just calms me down. I always love watching him when he sleeps because he's just so peaceful and relaxed. And one time I took a photo of him while he was sleeping because it just reminded me of how he doesn't have a care in the world. He's just so content sleeping peacefully. He doesn't worry about where his next meal is coming from. He doesn't worry about not having a roof over his head. He knows he'll always have it, and he knows that I will look after him and protect him and provide for him. And so sometimes when I'm starting to stress and get a bit anxious about the unknown and the future, I look at him, and all of a sudden my shoulders release the tension and my chest opens up, and it's like, I've got nothing to be anxious about. Everything is okay. He just reminds me everything is okay. And I can get stuck in my head sometimes spiraling down with those thoughts sometimes. And then I look at him sleeping, I'm like, everything is okay. Everything is okay. we're all good. Life is good. So yeah, he just reminds me that God is my protector as well, and God is my provider, and everything is just fine. Not to say there aren't struggles and all that kind of stuff, but everything is just fine. That's what my cat reminds me. So he's very therapeutic. He definitely puts things in perspective. So if you have a pet out there, give them a hug for me. Pets are so special. Hope you enjoyed this Journal With Me video. Be sure to journal your life because your stories matter, and I will see you in the next video. Bye guys. A big thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in November. I hope you absolutely loved all of the extras this month. And if you would like to support me in December and get access to extra videos and printables, behind the scenes updates, and first access to any of my creations, the link is down below in the description box. The links are also down there to all of my journaling courses. The Reflections journaling course is running all through December if you would like to document your year for 2022. And if you would like to support my book fundraiser, the link is there to my GoFundMe page as well.